Okay, problem number 1. Kelsey made $152 in 2 weeks at her job with the Traveling Carnival. Now I can see that there's multiple problems, so I'm going to do my find for each problem, but I'm going to write my no here. I know $156, and it's a 2-week period. Okay, my first task is to write different unit rates. And if you remember, unit rates are a comparison of two numbers with units. Excuse me, it says, sorry, write 2 different rates, and that's a comparison of 2 numbers with units. So I'm going to start by writing 156 on top and then 2 weeks on the bottom. And then I'm just going to switch that around. 2 weeks, 156. Okay, so I've got 2 numbers compared with 2 different units. All right, the next thing I need to do is find 2 different unit rates. Now I kind of have a few steps that I use to help me do this correctly. So the first thing I do is I just write the rate again. $156 over 2 weeks. Next I figure out what goes inside the box. 156 divided by 2, I'm going to get a whole number. So that means my 156 goes inside. 2 goes into 15 7 times. 14. 2 goes into 16 8 times. 78. And then I have to go back, and this is really important to label it correctly. So I divided dollars by weeks, so I continue that same order, dollars per week. And I like to box once I found it. Next, I need to do the same thing, but this time I need to find weeks divided by $156. So this time I know I'm going to get a small number. So my 2 is going to go inside the box and 156 outside, 156 outside. So I know right away that 2 can't be divided by 156, so I'm going to add a decimal, bring it up, add a 0. Same thing with 20, so I need to add another 0. So 156 can go into 200. I can see already it won't go in twice. So I need to get my 0, 0. So I can see it won't go in twice. So 200 divided by 156 will go in 1 time. Okay. So 10 minus 6 is 4. I had to borrow, so 9 minus 5 is 4, and I'm going to bring down my 0. So if I eyeball this 156, again, I think it's only going to go in twice. And I can try over here. $11. Okay, so it does indeed go in twice. And I can just stop there because we're talking about weeks and I'm already to the thousands place. I don't need to go that far. So when I report my answer, I can say 1. This 2 tells me that I can leave my, when I'm rounding, I can just leave my 1 the same. So 1 week, 1/100th of a week per dollar. That's how much she has to work. 1/100th of a week to make $1. So now I'm going to come down here and I'm going to use my rates, my unit rates. How much would she make in a 52-year week? So 52-year week. Let's go back up to what we know. We know she makes 156 in a 2-week period. I could use that. But I also just found out that she works she makes $68 per week. So I think that's going to be easier for me to use. This is the unit rate, so I can simply take it and multiply it by the number of weeks she's going to work to find out how much she makes. So 8 times 2 is 16. 16. 8 times 5 is 40 plus 1 is 41. 7 times 2, 14. Carry my 1. 7 times 5, 35 plus 1, 36. Kind of running out of room. 6, 5. So I came up with that she will make $4,056. And I'll just say that in a sentence. In a year. Okay. And I'm going to box it just so I can keep track of my answers. Okay, now we need to find out, we know that she's going to work 12 hours per week, but we need to know how much she makes per hour. So let's go back up to what we've already found out to see what we want to use. So let's see, we want to find dollars per hour. I know that she works 12 hours per week. Okay. And 12 I know that she works 12 hours per week and that she makes $78 per week. So I can take what she makes in a week and divide it by how much she works in a week. So 12 goes into 78 6 times. 72. 12 goes into 60 5 times. Sorry, I didn't bring down my 0. Okay, so she makes $6 per hour.